pop-up. All right. Second, questions on the chat. Please. Oh, wait a second. All right, 9 questions. I'm gonna send you the 10th question because I had some problem. Please, thumbs up if you're seeing the questions on the chat. All right, thank you, Sonia. Second, sharing, splitting us in different rooms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I will have Mateus, Vaira, Sonia, and Vinicius here with me. Fabio, Gabriel, Luis, and Vanessa in the other room. Okay, guys, if you have any kind of questions in the breakout room, please press the question mark button that will appear in the corner of this Zoom window, okay? So I'll join you in the breakout room if you press this button. Okay, guys, see you in a bit, in about 40 minutes. Bye-bye. All right. Let me just check if everyone went to other rooms. All right, so everybody's here. Let's start. Let's officially start. Sonia, can you please introduce yourself?
Thank you very much. My name is Sonia Keller. I am living in Curitiba. I like ride a bike and run. And I was born in Santa Catarina. I have one daughter. And I married 35 years old. And I will be in TNT because I improve a lot my English. It's very necessary in my life today. Thank you very much.
That's great, Sonia. Welcome. Thank you for sharing. Maíra, can you follow up and tell me a little bit about yourself?
Fala para você se apresentar. Posso me apresentar? Hello guys, good afternoon. My name is Maíra. I am 35 years old. I am married and I have 2 children. I am a collection coordinator. Today I am participating in my first immersion. I like my son and my family. I like pizza and thank you.
Great, Maíra. Thank you so much and officially welcome to Talk and Talk. All right, next, Mateus. Can you go?
Hi, my name is Mateus. I have 22 years old. I am software developer. I am initiating. Wait a minute, please. I am beginner in software developer, but I really like it. And I love English. I love singing in English. And I love pizza too, but I love more candies. Yes. Okay.
Great, Mateus. Thank you so much. And also welcome to Talk and Talk. Vinicius, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vinicius. I'm from Avaré. but I'm living in Curitiba right now. Avaré is a small city in São Paulo State. I work as a software engineer as well, but I'm still happy. I'm married, no kids, no pets. I live in a small apartment, so just me and my wife. I love programming. I love play video game, pizza as well. I don't like coffee. I work with IT, but I don't like coffee. It's a bit strange. My wife always say I'm not effort to work with IT if I don't drink coffee, but it's okay for me. I guess that's it, guys.
Thank you, Vinicius. You are a fake software developer because you don't like coffee.
Yes, my wife always say that for me, but I agree with some parts.
Okay, guys. Next, let's go to the questions on the chat, please. We already answered question number 1. We introduced ourselves. So question number 2. Today we're going to talk about living life as a nomad. Everybody knows what a nomad is? Nomad? Yes, no? Okay, thank you, Vinicius. Sonia, yes. Mayra, do you know what a nomad is? If you don't understand what I said, you can just ask me in Portuguese, okay? Feel free. I told you about... Was you that I told you about speaking in English? I forgot. I ask you to speak in English, not Portuguese, but if you cannot speak in English, you can speak in Portuguese, okay? So I'll ask you again, do you know what a nomad is? Nomad, here on the chat, nomad. Do you know what it is, Maíra? All right, okay. You don't understand the question? A gente está falando, Maíra, do tema, não entrei nas perguntas ainda, tá? Só estava te perguntando se você sabe o que é um nomad. Nomad. Eu perguntei ali no chat. Só escrevi, né? Para você saber.
No.
Okay. So a nomad is a person who lives traveling, who doesn't live in a steady place, you know, in one place. Is a person who lives traveling and jumping from a place to another. Nomad. Do you know what a nomad is, Maíra? In Portuguese? Let me search for you. Nomad. All right. Vou compartilhar a minha tela rapidamente para você. Para você, Maíra. Tô falando de um nômade, tá? Vamos falar hoje sobre viver a vida como um nômade. Beleza? Ok, beleza.
Yes, okay.
Great, great. So, how can I stop this? Okay. Following up, let's answer the questions. Question number 2, do you know anyone who lives as a nomad? For example, a person who works from home and lives traveling. Sonia, can you please answer?
Yes, I know. Sometimes I think my daughter living in Nomad, but I don't have a situation in Nomad. For example, my daughter travel a lot. When my daughter travel is work with all the places in the book, notebook, work a lot in other countries, in other city, independent the situation, independent the travel. But I think he nomad, but living in New Zealand, for example, né? She has the home, não, at home, ela tem uma casa, tá certo, né? She is.
Yeah, she has a home.
She has a home, yes, but sometimes travel a lot about the situation, the work. This situation is considered the nomadic?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, yes.
I'm not sure. I'm not a professional on this subject, but I will consider this a nomad, a person who sometimes has a steady home, has a home,
Yes.
but keeps traveling and comes home and then travel again to other places,
Okay.
lives like a month, a year outside of their home.
So, I know.
Okay.
My daughter.
Great. Great, Sonia. Thank you. Mateus, what about you?
I know a person. Do you are a nomad? He lives in Colombia right now, but he traveled the world 3 times, I guess. One person I know. Just this.
So he lives in Colombia, but every year he travels. Oh, sorry. He travels all around the world for 3 times?
Yes.
Oh my God. But today he lives in Colombia.
Yes. He talks this live in Colombia for a while, for a time, just a year, I guess. He have 16 years old.
He has 16 years old?
Yes.
Really? 60?
He's a great man.
Like
Yes.
60. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
He's a great man.
Great. Thank you, Mateus. Vinicius, what about you? Do you know someone who lives as a nomad?
Yes, I have a friend that I studied with me. He's moving every time, like 6 months, and it's a great life, I guess. I want to live as a nomad as well. It's a hard life, you know. You don't have your own home, you know, like your country to say that's yours, but it's you can know a word, you can see a lot of new cultures. So it's I guess it's a great thing to live, and we work as IT, so it's easier for us.
Yes, I think all of nomads nowadays must work with technology or social networks, because in my head is the only a job that can provide you a nomad life, you know?
Yes, maybe doctors, you know,
Yeah,
medicine.
doctors.
It's the same in all the world, I guess.
Yeah, that was a great point. I have never thought of a doctor who lives as a nomad. But yeah, there are some doctors who travel to Africa, right, to do some social works.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Vinicius. Maíra, question number 2. Can you answer it? Do you have any doubts about this question?
Don't know how to talk about it. Would like to be watching.
You don't know how to talk about this topic?
Yes.
You don't like to participate in this meeting? Or you just want to watch? You can speak in Portuguese if you want.
Eu queria mais observar, ainda não consigo falar sobre esse tema.
Joia, sem problemas. Eu não te chamo, mas aí se em algum momento você quiser responder, só falar, tá? Só
Ok.
mandar no chat, levantar a mãozinha e falar, Sara, quero responder. Pode ficar à
Ok.
vontade, tá?
Ok.
Joia, Maíra, obrigada por ter avisado. Okay, guys. Question number 3. Can you imagine living like a nomad? Is it a lifestyle you find it interesting? Sonia, what do you think?
I can work with Nomad. Is very nice. But I like my home, my like style, lifestyle, because oh my gosh, Sagittariana is very terrible because it's necessary conditions, the situation in your life, in my life, is, but I don't imagine it, but I like it. If I would could be live this situation.
Great. That must be a great, how can I say that? Change of lifestyle, you know? It must be great, but it also requires you to give up a lot of stuff. Yeah, thank you, Sonia. Vinicius, what do you think?
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. Number 3. Oh, yes, of course, like I said before, I really love this kind of life. Like you said, it's a difficult way. You have to give up some stuff in your life, like you have your own home and that stuff. But I think you have an amazing chance to know another cultures, see the world for another eyes, I guess, and understand how the things, I think when you're just live at our social bubble, we just met the same people, and it's I think when you're talking about the world's problems, we really don't understand how the problem is, because we don't know. And I think this is a way to know the world, know the person, know the new cultures, learn new languages, like you can learn a lot of languages. And one day, if you're just tired, you can find a place in the world. The earth is so big, so you can just find a place and live in there. So this life is for me would be amazing.
Great. Thank you, Vinicius. What about you, Mateus?
Yes, that's our reason I studied English and technology. I want to know new cultures and go to Buddhism temple, learning new language and new peoples,
I also want to meet a Buddhism temple. I find it very interesting. And that is one of the cultures that I wish to meet, right? Like it's my dream to go to Indonesia, Thailand, Japan, China, those different cultures. Very, very interesting, Mateus. Thank you.
I don't know how to ask, but você meditou lá?
No, I didn't went there. I want to go.
I know.
Okay.
I understand now. Okay.
But yeah, if I eventually go there, I will maybe meditate there because it's mandatory to meditate on those countries. Just kidding.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys. So question number 4. First, Maida, do you have any questions? No? Okay,
No questions.
great. Question number 4. What do you think are the disadvantages of not having a permanent home to live in? Sonia, can you start?
Yes. My disadvantage about don't having a permanent home in my life is very problem with my mind, because I don't today I don't see the live don't in my house, but I and my husband and me search a lot about the situation, the motorhome, because yesterday, for example, we see YouTube and how do the live the way live the way the person, because he is very different, is very nice, enjoy a lot, because today is in the city, other day in other city, I talk about him. I told him about my this different way they live with my husband. I told you, oh, it's very nice. I went. I will want the live this situation at home, for example, is very motorhome is very nice in my life, in my mind. But today I work with this in my mind, because for me in my heart is difficult to accept this situation, because it is several transformation in my life, yes. But I like, I think a lot about this.
That's great, Sonia. That's great to hear. There is a specific video on YouTube that I've watched a long time ago. And the motorhome, it's a video about a couple who sold everything they had to live in a motorhome. And the motorhome calls Zé Pequeno. I don't know if you know, but watch this video. I think it's Zé Pequeno. I love this motorhome. It's very nice. They have everything in the motorhome custom made. So the plates where they eat, it's written Zé Pequeno. It's so pretty. You're gonna love it. Watch it
you.
and show it to your husband.
Okay, thank you. I conversation with this pequeno about with my husband. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Sonia. All right. Next, Vinicius. What do you think are the disadvantages of not having a permanent home to live in?
I guess when I was working at the place, a building, like nowadays I work home office. So I guess when I was working, and I get in my house, I have a room that I watch TV, play video game, rest, and I guess it's like some kind of special for me. But nowadays I work in that place, every day. So for me, the disadvantage it's if you're working in a place you have a safe place to go back, like your home, your room, your place to just rest, and you will not have this place, of course, because probably you will live in some Airbnb or some, you know, some house or apartment, you know, and you need to rent this stuff. So it's complicated. But for me, I don't have a place nowadays that I, love because I work in there. So in fact, it's a normal place. I don't know. Maybe if I'm older, I have some problems and have a house it's better. But nowadays, I have no see any disadvantage to live in not a permanent house.
Great. That's good. It's a person who adapts very easily, very quickly. I'm talking about you, Vinicius, because I'm not that person. I really need my bed, my shower, the way that they are, I like everything the way that they are, and I don't like changes. So for me to change home every month or every year is very hard. I consider
Yes,
you very brave to adapt that quickly,
yes, it's more hard for me when I put some icon for my computer in another place that's only the place I keep organized, keep safe, keep clean. My house, it's just a place that I live right now, so I can just move for another one.
You worry more about your computer organization than your house organization, right?
Yes, of course, of course.
Great, Vinicius. Thank you. All right. Mateus, what about you? Do you see any disadvantages in living like a nomad?
I really don't know about that, but I don't think it has any disadvantages. But it's nice to have somewhere to go back, It's my house of my mother, but I don't see any disadvantage about that.
That's a great point, Mateus, because when I was looking about, I was searching about this topic, living life as a nomad, I saw that sometimes the most nomads had a study home. How did I say it here? Wait. A permanent home. I forgot the word. Most nomads has a permanent home, like Sonia's daughter, because they can have a home to go back to, and I think that's healthy. If I was gonna live as a nomad, I would have a permanent home because that's healthier for me. Okay, guys. Thank you, Mateus. Let's go to the next question. Question number 5. Do you think it's possible to raise a family while living a nomadic life? So a nomadic life is like a vida nômade in Portuguese, but nomadic is the way that they reference to a person who lives as a nomad. Is that clear? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mateus. Sonia, can you start? Do you see yourself raising your family as a nomad?
Before Church this situation in YouTube about this motorhome, for example, I don't agree the people create a nomad life, but today is possible because yesterday when I see the family, two children. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! How do you made the situation if the school, for example? No problem. The mother and the father teaching a lot about these several situations with the children. Okay, I think until 8, but for example, when the children has the living, will study in segundo ano, the
The high school.
in high school is necessary the guys see no participate in the school, okay, because the internet is don't problem, né? Because you study with the online is okay. Is my answer is possible in today in my mind, okay, but after day no. Because it is no, it's necessary the guys, the children going to the school is at home because it's supply. No, is don't necessary.
Yeah, Sonia, if you had to raise your daughter when she was like a toddler, you know what a toddler is? A baby?
Mm-hmm.
If you had to raise your daughter when she was a baby, it must be hard because I imagine she's 20, 30 years old today. So back then you didn't have the internet to help you teach your daughter, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So can you imagine the Sonia from 20 years ago raising her daughter on a motorhome?
I think when I create my daughter is don't possible in my mind, Sarah, because it is Bruna today has the 32 years old, is different. Create the children today in my opinion, because I remember when I Bruna children she didn't have the study online, because this situation is more early, no old, yes, in my opinion.
Yeah, thank you, Sonia. I was just answering Maíra. So, Maíra, there you go. Perguntei para Sonia como seria ela criar a filha dela há 20 anos atrás, 30 anos atrás, quando a gente não tinha internet. Porque hoje a gente tem um apoio da internet, né? Para botar a criança lá no computador e tal. Let's go back to English. Okay, guys. Mateus, question number, I think 5, right?
5.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
I think it's a possible. In these days I have internet, I have cell phones, notebooks, I have a motorhome. I really enjoy to do this with my family. I wanna talk to this with him. Let's see.
That's great. So it's a possibility for you.
Yes.
Great.
I in my mind, I imagine this situation, the children, okay, is I Eu acredito que deveria ser maravilhoso, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that too, but I also think for me, it's going to be very hard because I really need my space. Sometimes I really need to be alone in my room. I don't know if I can do that having children in a normal apartment. Imagine in a motorhome, you know? Anyways, Vinicius, what about you, man? Can you imagine raising your family in a motorhome or living as a nomad?
Maybe. I guess it's possible for someone else, not for me, because I guess I have some problems, like for example, like Sonia said, for the children and that stuff, and me and my wife, for example, hate Portuguese, so the kids probably will be not so good in Portuguese like we are. So we love math, so it's complicated, and I guess it's possible. I don't have a favorite place. I don't have a permanent house because when I was a child, my parents moved too much, like 6 months, 1 year, and moved again and again and again. So I have not I don't see myself as a person that takes a permanent home. Like nowadays I'm 33 years old, and I have enough money nowadays to buy a house or apartment, but I didn't yet because the idea is to live in a place for rest of my life. I guess I have a fear of this, like to need to live in there for all my life. So I just give some excuses to don't buy a house, don't buy apartment, because I guess I have fear to live in a place for a long time. Like I living here for 3 or 4 years in this apartment, and I want to move urgently, I guess.
That is interesting because you were raised as a kid who didn't have a permanent home. So
Yeah.
you are used to moving. I was raised at the opposite. I lived in one home, in one house for my whole life. So I just moved when I come here to study, to do college. So for me, it's terrifying to move. I love permanent stuff. And for you, it's the opposite. It's very interesting how when you are raised you are raised differently, you behave differently when you are a grown up.
Yes. My fear is supposed that yours, like live in our own place. It's not good for me. But I have a lot of issues at school, like no friends, no person that
Yeah.
I know for so long time. So it's a bit complicated, when you were raising a child. It's more complicated when you don't have a permanent home. But I guess someone else it's possible, not for me, but someone's maybe.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage of living without a permanent home, not having
Maybe.
so much of a social life, right? Guys, I think we have time for one more question. Question number 6, before I call everybody back, okay? Question number 6. Do you think you could maintain a routine, like going to the gym, if you live like a nomad? Sonia, what do you think?
Routine in gym, in my opinion, is difficult because it is living in several places, several cities. But it depends because when you stay, you made the routine As for example, I like ride a bike. I like run is in. I run in several places. Ride a bike is the same, but in my opinion, maintain routine is different, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's stuff you can do while living like a nomad, but there's stuff you cannot do, right? So you cannot have the same gym and go to the same gym because you're living in different cities. Mateus, do you also like to ride a bike? Do you put those tight shirts and shorts and go ride a bike?
Yes, I love so much ride a bike.
That's great. My father does that too. He loves it. You go every weekend?
Every Sunday, I guess. Yes, Sunday. Every Sunday, I ride to bike. Yeah, I love it. In the question, I don't think is possible to maintain a routine, but it's possible to run every day. So dá para substituir. Sorry for the Portuguese.
That's okay. That's okay. No problem. You can adapt, right? If you're living as a nomad, you can adapt. You cannot do gym, but you can run. You can ride a bike.
Swim, I guess.
Yeah, swim. Great.
Swim, yes.
All right. Thank you, Mateus. What about you, Vinicius? What do you think?
I don't have a routine nowadays, and I live in an apartment house, so I guess not. I hate routines. I do a lot of things. I just think and do it with my wife. So I don't have any routine and live like a nomad. Probably not as well.
You are a person who needs to be study for me because
Why?
I am the opposite. I really need a routine. I'm just kidding, okay, Vinicius? But I really need a routine. I think it's very mandatory for me. I think it's very weird how you can live without a routine. Like you don't have like a specific time to go to work.
No, I start work when I wake up. It's like flex, It's
Great.
when I wake up at 8, I start at 8. When I wake up at 10, I start at 10. It's a normal thing, in fact, I guess.
And you don't do any kind of exercises that you do every day?
I run when I wake up early. I run. If I don't, I run at night. If I have no time, I just run that day and run another day. It's normal, I guess.
You're a person who adjusts very quickly, right? Do you
I
consider
try.
that?
I try to, but I guess because of my parents, like they do the same thing when they was younger. Nowadays, they of course have routine, but when was younger, I guess they was exactly like me.
That's great. That explains a lot.
Yes, maybe.
Okay, guys. Everybody, it's coming back. Let me see if it's just... Okay, Luis is here, Fabio is here, Gabriel is here, and Vanessa. Everybody's here. Welcome back, guys. How was the conversation in the other rooms? Gabriel, do you like it? Do you get to answer all of the questions?
Yes, I like to discuss about nomad life with my colleagues. We arrived in the question question number 6.
Oh, great. I
Yeah.
think here too, right, guys? Question number 6, yeah. And Gabriel, do you think you could live a nomadic life?
Yes, just not for always, just for 1 or 2 years, and yes, it's
Okay.
in my dreams or my plans, but not for now. For in 5 years, 10 years, another time of my life.
Great to know. Thank you, Gabriel. Vanessa, what about you? Is the nomadic life something that interests you? Do you want to live as a nomadic someday?
I don't have an experience in the living out other place, and only travel in small distance. But I think it is interested for the people don't shy.
Yeah, who are not shy. But maybe the people who are shy and don't want to be shy anymore, right?
Right.
So maybe living as a nomad is for you too, Vanessa.
No, I don't.
No. Great. Okay, thank you, Vanessa, for sharing. Fabio, I remember you mentioning you have kids. So, okay, Vinicius, thank you. Bye-bye. Fabio, I remember you're mentioning you have kids. So do you imagine yourself raising a family while living as a nomad, like in a motorhome?
Oh, I said that I have a desire, I have a dream to have a motorhome. But now, how I say to my partners, my kids now, I have 3 sons. One have 19, 18, and 13. So 2 is young adults. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I would like to live this way in a motorhome, travel around the world. Here in Brazil is not so secure, like in Canada and other countries. But I would like to live this way.
That's great. Thank you, Fabio, for sharing. And Luis, how do you think of the conversation? Do you like it? Do you also want to live as a nomad?
Yeah, it was. I like it. I do. It was a very good conversation. I don't know if the living as a nomad it's for me, but I would like to try. Start with short time. All right, stay 1 week, traveled, and come back home and try for 2 weeks in another trip, and that's it. I was planning for a long time to visit the place where São Francisco River was born, but I just saying this, I would like to go there and pass a time there, working from there, but I just, this isn't just in my thinking, all right? I've never did really, but maybe one day I will get there.
Yeah, of course. I hope you get to, I forgot the word, but make this dream come true, right? Hope you get there. All right, guys. I send you guys on the chat the YouTube video that we are live right now. If you want to watch the video, if you want to give a thumbs up on a video, it's very helpful. And the survey link, so you can evaluate this meeting. Okay, Maíra, Tô falando aqui que mandei no chat aí o vídeo do YouTube que a gente tá ao vivo e o link da avaliação dessa imersão, se você quiser avaliar, dar sugestões, falar suas críticas e tal, pode ficar à vontade. Maíra, se você puder ficar, só para conversar com você rapidinho, tá? Eu vou tirar essa live do YouTube agora. E for the other guys, I thank you so much for being here with me today. I'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Have a
Thank you
nice
very
week.
much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.